We have created successfully a category controller and also category service and category service implementation. Our CRUD operations with category service are working fine, but what we want to do now, here are our categories. We want to create the same for products. Let's select products from the database. Of course, we still don't have products in the database. For that, we need to create a product service and also a product controller. Let's do it. Let's close this all and let's go to the service package and let's create new interface, product service, and let's create functions. There will be similar functions like we had in the category service. Product DTO, add product, and we will have product DTO as a parameter. Another product DTO, get product by ID, and we will have a product ID as parameter. And we also need to create one product DTO for update. And we will have two parameters, product ID and product DTO. And we also need procedure for delete product. And we will have product ID as parameter. And we need also a list of product DTO, list all, and we will use this function to display all the products that we have in the database. And we will have another list of product DTO. We want to list all by category ID. For example, we want to display all laptops or all mobiles or all game consoles and so on. And we will need category ID as parameter. Let's save it. And these are all the functions that we will need in the product service. Now we need implementation. In the implementation package, let's create a class, product service implementation. We need a service annotation and also transactional from the Spring Framework transaction annotation. And we need to implement product service interface that we have created. And let's add unimplemented methods. And let's start with implementation. Let's create product repository, we will need them. We need auto-wired annotation. And also we will need temp converter. it will also have auto-wired annotation. Now let's start with implementation. First function, add product. First thing that we need to do, we need to create a product entity from this product. Let's do it. Product entity, we will call it product entity equals to temp converter. Let's use product DTO to entity function. We have created product entity. Now let's store this product entity in the database. Let's create another product entity. The name will be stored product. Will be equals to product repository. We will save a product entity. And now we just need to convert this stored product to product DTO and to return it. Let's do it. Product DTO, we will call it return value because we will return it, equals to temp converter product entity to DTO, and it will be stored product because we can't return product entity because product entity doesn't have ID and stored product has ID, which is great. And now we just don't forget, we can't forget to return value instead of null. Now another function, we need to return also product DTO. Let's initialize return value with null. And now we need to check if product entity with this ID exists in the database. For that we will use optional. We will call it product optional. We are using optional to avoid null pointer exception. And now let's product repository, find by ID, product ID. And if exist, if product optional is present. If product optional is present, we will just redefine return value. We will get the value of the product optional and we will convert it to DTO. Let's use temp converter, product entity to DTO, and we will get the value of product optional. That's great. And let's create else condition. And let's create error. We want to throw an exception if the product does not exist in the database, equals to new error. The product has not been found. You can type whenever you want. And let's throw new. We will throw instance undefined exception that we have created. That will be good. And now we just need, instead of null, we will return value. Now let's continue. Update product. I will need this line of code. I want to create, or I can also copy these two. I will need them. We need to return product DTO, so we will initialize return value with null, and we will check if product with this ID exists in the database. Now if product optional is present, let's create condition, then we will, from this product, which is product DTO, we will convert it to entity. Let's create product entity. Equals to temp converter, product DTO to entity, and we will convert this product, which is parameter. And also, we want to update existing product. We need to set this ID to product entity. Let's do it. Set product ID. We will use this product ID. And now we can create new product entity, updated product equals to product repository, save and flush, and we will use this product entity. And now our product is updated. We need to redefine a return value and just to return it. Return value equals, we will convert this updated product to DTO, and that will be fine. And this will be if product optional is present. If product optional is not present, we will just use this same else condition. I will copy it from the previous function and I will paste it here, and we will also return value. And now we need to implement delete product function. We have product ID as a parameter, and I will just copy this optional. I will need it too in this function. And if we need to check if product with this ID existing or not is present. If product optional is present, we will just delete it from the database. Product repository, delete by ID, product ID, and we will just flush. This is the case if product optional is present, and we will have the same case if in else condition. We will copy it from the previous function. And we don't need to return anything because this is void, a procedure. And now let's implement a list all. We want to list all the products in the database, and it will be a list of product DTO. Let's initialize that list of product DTO, return value. It will be new array list. And if you want, you can specify that this is array list of product DTO. And now let's retrieve a list of product entity from the database. List of product entity, we will call it all products, equals to product repository find all. And now let's iterate over this all products list. Of course, if we have values inside, if all products is not empty, let's iterate over the list all products for each, and the value will be product entity and let's convert this product entity to DTO. Let's create product DTO. We will call it product DTO equals to temp converter. We will convert this entity to DTO. And this created product DTO we will add to the return value array list. And the only thing that we need to do is to return value. The next function will be similar. I can copy this entire code to the next function. I will delete this return null. The only difference will be we need another function in product repository. We will not use find all. We will use find all by category ID, and we will use this category ID as parameter. But we have error. We have error because in the product repository we don't have that function. We need to create that function in the product repository. We can do it manually, or we can go here and we will have option create method find all by category ID in type product repository. Okay, let's try to do it, and it's created. It will be a list of product entity, and this category ID will be parameter. We need to type param annotation, and the name will be category ID, the name of the parameter. And also this function requires SQL query. We need a query annotation. We want to retrieve all the products from the database with specific category ID. Let's create native query. The value will be select. We'll just type native SQL query for this. Select star from products where now we need to type column name. Let's open SQL. The column name is category ID. Equals, and now we need parameter name, which is this category ID. We need to do it like this, but spelling should be the same. That will be fine. And this is we are not using Hibernate query language. We are using native. When we are using native SQL query, we need to also write native query equals to true. And I think this will be fine. Let's save this. And now I think that the error in the product service implementation will gone, of course. And I think our application is restarting because we have changed the code. I think that we are done with product service implementation for now. I will just use Ctrl+Shift+F and Ctrl+S to save. And now we will create product controller in the next tutorial. See you soon.